Mazda has just taken the cover off of their electrification plan. Will it be enough to keep the tiny Japanese automaker competitive in the upcoming EV revolution? Let's find out. Heading over to automotive news, Mazda fleshes out plans for electrified lineup. Things are about to get spicy here. So like all Japanese manufacturers, for the most part, they're a little behind on the electrification end of things, but they want to begin catching up with a new lineup of plug-ins, mild hybrids, range extenders, and even full electrics, which I wasn't expecting a full electric anytime soon. We have some dates on that now. And here in the United States, we'll start seeing these electrified options as early as 2022, next year. They're saying there's a new platform for large vehicles. Well, we know about this platform. It's a front engine, rear wheel drive platform. They're touting new inline-six engines, gasoline, diesel, and I would assume both turbocharged options for both of those inline-sixes. Now, this new dedicated platform for electric vehicles is a little surprising. They have to do it, but we still don't know if it's going to be shared with Subaru and Toyota's eTNGA platform. They don't say anything about it here. Mazda being about 5% owned of Toyota, I wouldn't be surprised if they share that full electrified skateboard battery electric vehicle platform together. It's hard to say, but it could be their own proprietary system. Mazda wants to offer some form of electrification in all nameplates by 2030. That shouldn't be hard to do. They're a big fan of mild hybrids. They've been doing that in the Skyactiv X engines that we don't get here in the United States quite yet, if ever. I would assume that the inline-six coming, it will have a Skyactiv X option to it. So let's brief on the MX-30. The MX-30 is a crossover suicide doors. It's got a small battery in it, 35, well, small for an electric vehicle, I should say. Only 35.5 kilowatt hours, around 200 kilometers of range on the WLTP, and about 115 miles or so if you were to convert that to miles on the EPA range. So that's their first ever EV. They also have a mild hybrid of it with the Skyactiv X engine, and they also are going to be putting a rotary engine in there as well. We'll skip to the spreadsheet in a little bit once we dust on one more option here. Also in 2022, Mazda plans to introduce a plug-in hybrid based on a new platform for large vehicles. Well, I just talked about that platform. That is the front engine rear wheel drive platform that's supposed to be in the new Mazda 6, CX-50, CX-90, whatever they decide to call these upscale luxury-like options in their lineup to be sold alongside of their more pedestrian or common people's cars. They're going to cost a lot more. And here's the crazy revelation, guys. This platform is still in development, of course, and is expected to additionally underpin a new vehicle slated for production at the factory Mazda will open with Toyota in Alabama. That factory should open this year. And I was not expecting this new vehicle to be on this brand new large vehicle platform. So half of the plant in Alabama will be reserved for Toyotas. I'm assuming down there they're going to be making the Corolla Cross. And I was assuming that the vehicle that was going to be built alongside of it was going to be fairly similar. With this report saying that's on the new platform, front engine, rear wheel drive, and a large vehicle, those are not things that are going to be shared with the Corolla Cross if that's the vehicle that is going to be built down there in Alabama. So we're going to head on over to the spreadsheet, and I went down a wild goose chase to figure out what the heck is going to be powering this plug-in hybrid new platform Mazda that's going to be built down in Alabama. Okay, in column B, this is a powertrain they have for the MX-30 electric vehicle only. Here are my estimations for the rotary enhanced range extender. Technically, it's a plug-in hybrid, but it's a range extender in a sense because the main powertrain in that vehicle is the electrification side with the large battery. Okay, so you're welcome to look at those figures. But this new vehicle that will be produced in Alabama is one that I did a lot of thinking on. It could totally be wrong. Take it with a grain of salt. But guys, here we go. They would be using a Toyota engine. Why would they be doing this? Well, Mazda doesn't make any vehicles inside the United States of America. They have a plant down in Mexico that they produce some of the Mazda 3 models there, and then the rest of them, as far as I'm aware of, are built in Japan still, which is pretty cool to see that a lot of these are imported from Japan as a Japanese automaker. Now, why would they be using a Toyota engines? Well, there's a couple reasons. One, like I said, they don't produce any vehicles here, so they would have to import all the parts to put these vehicles together. I don't think they're going to go that route. I think it might be too costly for them. Toyota makes like all their engines here stateside. I think they might import the transmissions from Aishin a lot of the time, but let's dive into this picture here because I think it's going to give us some information. So this was given to us by Mazda when they said, hey, you know, we're getting into some new things here. Here's the inline 6 on the left. Here's the inline 6 diesel on the right. And in the middle here is the plug-in hybrid. This is going to be the setup seen more than likely on the vehicle made in Alabama. Now, this is very different from the Toyota side of things, at least as far as we know. Toyota's electrification so far, for the most part, not counting like the LC500H or the LS500H, the rest of them are more of a Prius technology derived hybrid system with the eCVT transmission. What we see here is quite a bit different. Now, this is, of course, for a rear-wheel drive platform capable of all-wheel drive. This is a traditional automatic transmission. It could be a 10-speed Aishin transmission, but I think it could also be the same transmission that we're going to see employed on the new Tundra, Sequoia, and other TNGAF platform vehicles, possibly even the Land Cruiser, the LX. It's a pretty heavy-duty transmission, but Mazda is going upscale with this vehicle and this new platform. They're going to cost a little bit more, and it could be possible that this is a transmission that's going to be put in the new Tundra. You can obviously tell this is a 4-cylinder engine with the intakes right here for 4 cylinders. Pretty easy to see, but like I said, Toyota makes 4 cylinders in America, and it's going to be built at a Toyota plant. I'm going to go on a limb, they're going to use a Toyota engine. Now, which Toyota engine could this be? Since it's going to be built alongside the Corolla Cross, in my mind anyways, I was thinking it's going to use the 2-liter M20A FXS hybrid engine that we see, let's say, in the UX250H, and maybe some other hybrids around the world. But I believe that's the only hybrid that uses this 2-liter dynamic force engine. But then I was looking at the power numbers, and it just didn't make sense to me in this more upscale vehicle. Could they still do it? Of course. But I'm going to say that they're going to go half-liter up in displacement, the A25A, which is the same engine that we see, let's say, in the RAV4 hybrid or the Highlander hybrid. It's capable of up to about 185 horsepower. And in the middle here is an electric motor. We don't know the output of it, the technology that is supposed to be used in the new Tundra. You have a gasoline engine connected to an electric motor, connected to a traditional automatic transmission for rear-wheel drive platform vehicles. So everything in this setup right here could be Toyota derived, and I think it makes a lot of sense. So going back to the spreadsheet here, A25A, capable of up to 186 horsepower. The electric motor, let's say it's 100 horsepower worth. The reason is because if it's a plug-in hybrid, it needs to have enough power to power the entire vehicle on its own. 100 horsepower is enough, especially if it has a lot of torque to it. So a combined 275 peak horsepower, and it could get around 90 miles of plug-in hybrid, or I should say plug-in electric range only. Don't know the battery size. I'm not sure what battery they're going to source. It could be similar in size to, let's say, the Prius Prime. I don't think it's going to be as large as the RAV4 Prime's 18.1 kilowatt hour battery, but it's possible. And if they do, they could definitely charge more for it. It's going to be a crossover more than likely, and pricing, I don't know, 40K minimum, more than likely closer to 50K on this new higher price platform. Guys, I'll see you in the comments on what you think of my conclusions, my speculation about this plug-in hybrid that will be built in Alabama next to Toyotas in some shape or fashion. And let's read the rest of the article. Let's get some more takeaways here from Automotive News. Now, Mazda is developing a separate platform exclusively for next generation EVs. Again, don't know if it's going to be the eTNGA platform or share anything with that, but that will be rolled out sometime in the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2023 to early 2026. That is a huge window, a 3-year window there that they could be unrolling the EV platform. I think what it comes down to is that it could be ready as early as 2023. Just depending on how fast regulations and the EV world changes in the coming 3 years or so. So operating profit has increased to $202 million for Mazda in the October to December period, and global sales declined 6% to 352,000. So their sales dipped, but they're at an all-time high of profitability. And they say that the strong dollar is a part of that because the United States is their largest market. Now in Japan, they have already started changing things around for electrification. They have already overhauled the product line at its Ujina 1 plant in Hiroshima to accommodate mixed production of EVs such as the MX-30. The count of Mazda's renovated next-generation dealerships hit 174, closing in on the company's target of 300 and helping lift the brand image. Why do they need to do this? Well, they're going to be selling vehicles that are $60,000, $70,000 potentially with this new inline-6 engine. They could also plug-in hybrid that, twin turbo it. The sky's the limit with these new engines and electrification options coming from Mazda. And guys, I'll see you in the comments. I'm going to end it there. What do you think of my speculation? Do you think Mazda has a snowball's chance to remain competitive from such a small automaker? Do you think their options are going to be strong enough as things rapidly change towards electrification? Would you guys be interested in purchasing an inline-6 engine turbocharged with a plug-in hybrid or without a plug-in hybrid? Would you be interested in this Toyota plug-in hybrid system that could be sharing things with the TNGA-F platform like the Tundra and even 4Runner? Going back to the spreadsheet, this just crossed my mind that this setup could be used in something like the 4Runner or the Tacoma in the coming years. Use an efficient 4-cylinder engine and you put a large electric motor in there to help it, and then you can plug it in. Hey guys, the sky is the limit. I'll see you down below. I could definitely speculate for hours and hours to come. I'm going to end it there. If you made it this far in the video, smash the like button, subscribe, because I would love to have you on the journey to 100,000 subscribers. We're almost there. So subscribe. I would love to have you along for that. And thank you guys so much for watching. More reviews to come. My review on the Acura TLX 2021 A-Spec just hit yesterday. Make sure to check that out. As well as I'm going to be getting a Hyundai Elantra soon for review. And yeah, expect more snow impressions because it's not getting any warmer anytime soon. We'll be lucky to break single digits here in Omaha in the coming weeks. And guys, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.